find a way to run from the city of the sun. You could have stayed, it's only over when the day is done. I never knew you was a runner, yeah. I mistook you for a son. It don't matter what we think when it's all over. 'Cause this is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah. This is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah.
Archie, is it fun?
Fun.
Fun.
After me. Ready? Happy?
Happy.
New?
New?
New.
Okay, today is January 9th, 2021, and it's 5 a.m. on the dot. 326 subscribers, 11,805 public watch hour. There was something that was going on with the subscribers number. Something is not right, because when I look on my phone, it tells me there's some issues, and I saw the discrepancy going on in the middle of the day yesterday, but I can't really pinpoint what's the problem. I think couple people subscribed, but it wasn't showing. But anyway, I don't want to spend time on this, but a lot of thing was going on last night on Twitter, and this is like my homepage right now, and that was the first thing that I see on my thing, and I didn't read that newspaper. It's from news.yahoo.com. But I started to look at the headline, reading the headline here. Okay? This is what being reported about her involvement, which cites sources within the article. Is that this is, what's the Chief Justice Thomas? Okay? That's his wife. Okay? Apparently, she funded about 70 buses for people to go into DC. So there's a lot of things that's going on that's very disturbing. I wish I had recorded last night, because the mood was a bit different. Because the mood that I was seeing yesterday was that people were a little bit more happy on Twitter, because Twitter shut President Trump account. All right, and Trump tried to get on different account name and stuff like that. They shut him down. So it was almost like a little party last night. The mood that I had to do videos was a bit better, but my kids were making so much noise I couldn't record. And by the way, I sort of went back to my old way of recording. I don't like the headset, but I need to have it work because it's newer, but for some reason, I guess I don't know how to fix I need to look more in the technical aspect of it to make it better. Yeah, I went to my old ways of recording. So, yeah, He's that's his wife. He's involved. He got people. He funds about 70 buses. And as I look at more into the thing that's happening, okay, my shock thing was never there. I was never shocked about any of this, but I'm getting more worried of the way things is unfolding because there's more reporting about it. People are saying, showing different perspective of it. You got is it? I don't know if it's Virginia or what is it? Or West Virginia. That one of elected officials got the FBI went to his house and arrested him. Okay, and he was part of the thing. He was what is it? He was filming and put it on social media as he was doing that. I mean, this is the thing with education. There's two things I wish once the Democrat get into January 20th, the first thing that they should do is get rid of the Electoral College. Okay? Because it's because of the Electoral College that get stupid people into office. Okay? Like Trump. And the other thing is fix the education system in the United States. Because we're having too many uneducated people holding high office. Because if someone just got elected, for him to think this is a good idea to go to Washington and not knowing his action is part of a sedition to overthrow the government and the system that just got him elected, for him to think this is the good thing to do, to film it, okay, to film it and then post it on social media. That's how they got him. The FBI got him. So not only the Electoral College, they need to fix it, pretty much get rid of it, okay, and fix the education system. Make sure kids are learning things that they need to learn. Because when you look at, if you compare some American kids with other countries, Americans are dumb as hell. Okay, I'm not saying all of them, okay, because there's people who put their kids in private school and things like that, but the way they sort of cater a certain group of people, even while they are in a certain high position, the education is not taken very seriously, okay? Education in the United States is not taken seriously by some people, okay? Please. Okay, I'm not boxing the whole entire country, by some people. I live in the U.S. I'm making sure my kids are really taking their education seriously. So if I'm boxing the country by itself, so I'm including myself and my kids into it. So I just want to make that clear. So some people, take education very seriously, and some don't, even though they have the money to get the highest top-notch education. So fix that and make sure there's there's enough funding for that. The teachers needs to be funded and all of that. All right, and the healthcare system needs to be fixed. I mean, that's just me. I don't want to keep on throwing stuff like, Biden have a good idea, but he's not he doesn't have the ultimate power to do all of this. But I'm just giving idea, because if we but anyway, it's just so many things running in my head, and it's just a shame. So let me read some of the comment here. All right, so it says here, this is what being reported about her involvement. We cite sources within the article. Okay, I didn't read the article. That's what this person is saying. Is there anything actual illegal about the spouse of a justice or a justice themselves making political stance or making donations? Okay, not enjoying that she did this, just curious about the law stance regarding it. For some reason, I got to know a little bit more about her when Tea Party started coming up. Okay, she was doing rallies and all of that. The first thing that came to mind, okay, I think they put her, they got her to marry just the Chief Justice Thomas. Okay, I don't know if it's the Supreme Court Justice Thomas, to keep him in check. I don't know what he did or whatever he did, that they put him in that position to get him elected to be in that position, and they put her to check him. Something he did. Because when you look as a black person who's holding this high up, he's a disgrace. He is a disgrace. Okay, this country is in deep problem. And I think I started reading this, and I think they were saying, okay, let's see. Okay, can't speak to law about this, but her support of the insurrection doesn't look good for her a-hole husband. Okay? They're talking about Chief Justice, okay, the Thomas, whatever, Justice Thomas. Okay, she was the one who complained about Black Lives Matter sign in her neighborhood. Doesn't she have a black husband? Please, she's just a figure to be next to him. I don't think there's anything going on between them. Yes, she does, but the life of that sorry excuse for a human really doesn't matter, and neither does the life of his Cheeto-ness. So I can kind of see why she would think that of every other person of color. Okay, wouldn't it be great if he was forced to retire and Joe could appoint a Supreme Court pick right away? Okay, what they could do, I mean, believe me, Republicans don't quit. Okay, they don't quit. They put other people in position to quit, but themselves, because they have no shame. Okay, they have no shame. They will stay no matter what. All right. Would it be great if his wife was tried for treason? I mean, all those things that's happening, and you know, like I was saying earlier at the beginning, is that more thing is reporting. And one thing that came to mind is that all those people you see Trump is firing and hiring, okay, like a revolving doors. You have a whole group of people he's hiring and then firing. Each one of those people came to do one thing and one thing only. Once they finish, he fired them, get another one. Because what's gonna happen here when the investigation start going, okay, this is gonna take years, okay, is to backtrack all those people who were holding those positions, okay, to find each of their involvement and everything that happened throughout Trump presidency. And it's also a shame to see that people are willing to carry out his nonsense. It's very a shame. The only smart person in that group is Pence, because I don't think Pence, if for instance Trump were to were to resign and then they put Pence in position, I have a good amount of feeling. I don't think Pence will pardon him. I don't think so. Trump might stay last minute. He could probably resign on either the 19th or the 20th, 10 a.m. Okay, I think 12 noon is the time. Okay, the transition of power start. I think by January 20th, even at 11 a.m., he might even be resign, and then hoping that Pence will pardon him. And I have a feeling Pence may not pardon him because he doesn't want to go down the path where he's being seen as the great evil to rescue Trump from his nonsense. All right? And then I don't know if he is pardoned, if Trump is pardoned by Pence. Okay, the Senate should do something to annul this. Okay, this is not good at all. Okay, because he's gonna do all this stuff to the last minute. And I think I came across something, an article where they said that Iran gave a warning saying that they think Trump is gonna attack them. You know, on his way out, he's gonna start a war. Okay, to keep American busy. So I don't know. One thing I forgot to mention in that previous recording is that he will need permission from the Senate to start that war. This is why we don't have a totalitarian kind of government where he could make this decision on his own. He will have to bring his argument to the Senate why he's declaring war. But then again, he's somebody who doesn't follow any rules and regulation. And if he, I don't know if he were to go, go attack a country on his own, then I mean, this is very dangerous. But there's rules, okay? Since he's been in office, he doesn't follow any rules. But there are rules that is set for this. You don't just go and attack another country like this. You have to make your argument to the Senate to ask them permission for war. So, and they could turn his request for war. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, I just want to bring this part because I didn't mention that in the previous recording. All right, let me read a couple of those comments here. Okay, she is culpable, which make her husband an accessory. Justice Thomas must resign from the Supreme Court. And our dream, that's not gonna happen. These people will not quit. Okay, are you sure? Okay, the woman's profile across various social media she uses is somewhat disturbing. Okay, since I saw her in that one of the Tea Party rally, I knew she was disturbing. Okay, one of her profile specifically assures she could grant quote access end quote to kudos. Okay, oh, my nose is stuff. Okay, I was stunned. Okay, she needs to be investigated. She's been a loose cannon for years. Yep. All right, oh man, the representable idiocy never end. Okay, now we have the wife of a Supreme Court justice aiding and abetting this anarchy beyond belief. I don't know. I just hope they just, all those people, just grab them all. What is it? Is Guantanamo still open? Because they didn't want President Obama to close Guantanamo Bay. So this is the place for them. Okay. I'm gonna get out of this. Alright, there's some stuff I not bookmarked, but I sort of liked for me to go over. What is this now? Freshman GOP lawmaker apologized for Hitler quote. You're not apologized. They just caught up with you. Okay, let's see. Let's read some of these. These people are okay. Great job on apologizing for free speech and a free country while being one of the lawmakers. Okay, I'm an American citizen. I don't accept that apology. Get her out, period. While we don't accept her apology, fire her. Okay, it was a pre-written speech. That means the judgment is bad beyond just the court. Okay, from the abundance of heart to heart, the mouth speaks. Okay, she needs to be removed. Republicans, gather Republicans. Okay. This is the last one, is the use of word freshman and disentitlement and infantilize this old woman, make her very deliberate word usage seem benign. Okay, why use this word? It doesn't matter how long she's been a lawmaker, she's been alive more than half a century. Stop this shit. Oh, these people are funny. No, that's the term used for brand new members of Congress. Yes, I think he gets that. But they just, you see, he even put it, freshman. All right, I think he knows what freshman is. All right, this woman been there for half a century. She just need to go. Oh, okay, let's go. Okay, there's much more to this, and obviously I didn't read the. There's a thing here, or maybe an article. Why do I want to follow Ted Cruz? Nope. Okay, FBI was putting couple of okay. Welcome to official Twitter page of FBI. Do not report tips here. Submit tips on federal crime or terrorism okay, for emergency. Chuck Schumer. Okay, right now I don't want to deal with all of this. When the change of power happen, maybe I'll start following other people. Okay, more than a dozen GOP state lawmakers attended rally that gave way to riot. Really? Okay. Again, I'm not gonna. Maybe this should have been something that. Okay. And they are all now disqualified from holding office. Okay, let's see this here. Okay, 14th Amendment, Section 3. Okay, I don't know this, but let me just read it. No person shall be a senator or representative in Congress or elector of president and vice president or hold any office, civil or military under the United States or under any state, who having previously taken an oath as a member of Congress or as an officer of the United States or as a member of any state legislature or as an executive or judicial officer of any state to support the Constitution of the United States shall have engaged in insurrection or rebellion against the same or giving aid or comfort to the enemies thereof. But Congress may, by a vote of 2/3 of each house, remove such disability. Okay, so 14th Amendment, Section 3, this is what it states. One thing I learned last night, I was watching some Rachel Maddow, where they said when it's time, let's say, for instance, they were to try Trump for impeach or to impeach or remove him from office. One of the questions that occurred is Rachel Maddow raised: do all member of Congress need to be and present for them to cast their vote to have the 2/3 or whatever percentage to remove him from office, or is it just the amount of people who present in the chamber, okay, during the voting process that could make this into effect, the 2/3 or something like that?
When you talk to him, Lawrence, will you ask him a question for me?
Writing it down.
It's pretty simple, but as far as I understand it, the 2/3 vote to convict in the Senate is just 2/3 of the number of senators who are present. So if 20 Republican senators decided they wanted nothing to do with this and they stayed away, you could get a 2/3 vote to convict, which would allow you to move on to the vote to ban him from office forever, with just the Democrats, or just the Democrats and a handful of Republicans. I think that's right, as long as they didn't have a full deck of 100 senators sitting in the chamber. But I would love to check it with somebody like him.
Yeah, we'll get you an answer to that. Off the top of my head, my answer to that is you're right. It's 2/3 of the members voting, members of the Senate voting. We will have that answer for our audience during this hour. 12 days in the Trump presidency. What if the House impeaches Donald Trump? Republican-controlled Senate does not act on the articles of impeachment before Joe Biden is inaugurated. Can a Democratic Senate controlled by Chuck Schumer have an impeachment trial of Donald Trump while he is out of office playing golf in Florida, awaiting where the determination of where he will be a criminal defendant? For the answer to that question and more, we are joined now by Lawrence Tribe, professor of constitutional law at Harvard Law School. He has won 35 cases in the United States Supreme Court and is co-author of the definitive book on impeachment, To End a Presidency, The Power of Impeachment. Professor Tribe, thank you very much for joining us tonight. I think we can quickly deal with Rachel's question. In the Senate trial, does it require 2/3 of the senators present, or is it always 2/3 of 100?
2/3 of the senators present. Rachel was right. You were right. The Constitution is clear.
So the answer that they came up with is that it's who is present, okay? Who is present during the voting process. Not, let's say, for instance, I'm one of the elected officials and I don't want to vote to impeach Trump. So therefore, I don't even show up. I left, okay? Without me, or let's say a group of other people decide not to show up, it doesn't matter. It's the amount of people who are in the position, who the count of them, 2/3, at least 2/3 of them should be able to remove him. Okay, they don't need to be in presence. So that's what's going on here. So 14th Amendment, Section 3, that's what it says. Twitter banned Trump. It's letting Twitter exist as a private entity, but y'all ain't ready for all the talk, for all that talk. Okay, because last night they shut the Trump's account. Okay, social media companies shouldn't be private. I'm not even convinced they should be global. What? And publicly owned doesn't exclusively mean government owned. I don't know about this. All right. How do you expect new companies to pop off if your standard is that if they get to a certain size, suddenly they become public entity in essence, or whatever you're suggesting? Yeah, I mean, at first she made sense. Okay, I don't even follow her, whoever this person is. But this other part here is just, it's berserk. Because when people create a business, it's a gamble. Especially when you start from scratch. It's a gamble. You don't know how popular it's going to be, how successful the business is going to be. And sometimes majority of business don't even make it for 2 years. Not even 2 years, within a year. Because too much losses. Okay? So you can't say something like this where social media companies shouldn't be private. Okay? Another thing with this thing here, what makes social media, let's say YouTube, for instance, YouTube and the Twitters and all of that, it's young people who's involved in them. Okay, when you look at YouTube at its beginning stage, it's young people who are putting content out. Okay, among themselves, they become popular. Young people always the one who make things happen. It's young people because they have no fear. They don't really care too much about a lot of things, so they make those small companies popular. If they like it, they're gonna make it popular for you. Okay, and as YouTube start getting, I'm just talking just in general, looking way back from outside. It's not like I read something or I'm giving you facts where someone wrote something and I'm telling. It's just from my observation. Okay, so when YouTube started getting more popular, okay, now you start seeing companies getting involved. Okay, because that's where the people are. That's where young people are communicating and interacting and all of that. Okay, and then as more companies, huge companies, you see on YouTube, almost everybody have a YouTube channel. Okay, MSNBC, CBS, this and that, and even individual how do you call this, individual, like Katie Couric, what do they call this, anchor people who used to be on TV or something like that, whatever, they have their own channel. They could do their own thing. They could make their own money through YouTube. Okay, so they don't really need those mainstream television. Okay, like Channel 2, CBS, ABC, NBC, all of this. They don't need these. Okay, they could make their own. They already had the huge exposure from mainstream TV. Okay, now they could take, once they become a big name, okay, they could create their own channel through YouTube. Okay, like Katie Couric. Who else did I see that has there's a couple of them, but lately I've been watching Katie Couric YouTube channel because she's been having good discussion there. Okay, I suggest you guys to check her out because she's bringing smart people to talk about real issue and how things can be solved. Okay, so that's one of the things. And then as those huge names, big companies get taking space into YouTube world, okay, now they're pushing out the young kids. All right, you see all those roadblocks that they're putting, like, before, with any videos I could make any money with it, even though if I don't have any subscribers. But they started putting what's this guy name who went to Japan and record a dead body that was hung on a tree in Japan, and there was a huge outcry for that. It's through that's when the changes start, really huge change start happening, and they put a number now, a limit to how many subscribers you could have for you to earn money or to get certain access to certain things. Okay, before it was just open. Okay, the same way where they tell you to sign up for free to do, anybody could create a channel or something like that. They get you in by signing up for free, and then once they become big themselves, those huge company, and now they started limiting or shuffling things to make it harder for the smaller people. Because if you look at some of the things that I'm showing, people are watching my videos. Okay, if before, when I first had before YouTube made all those changes, I could have been making tons of money on my videos already. Okay, but they put a limit saying that you need to have 1,000 subscribers, certain public watch hours, which I already surpassed. But if you guys are watching my channel, you enjoy it, you have to subscribe. I mean, you don't have to. It will be appreciated if you subscribe, because it's an incentive between me and YouTube. But anyway, so for this person to say here, okay, social media companies shouldn't be private, but nobody, there's a lot of other social media apps and things like that. We don't know about it, so they're saying these should not be exist either. They should not be private, but it's a gamble creating any companies. Okay, I'm not even convinced they should be global. Like YouTube, each country have a certain guideline for YouTube. Okay, because there are certain things that I put they give me the warning they cannot be seen in certain places or something like that. I don't care, and publicly on, okay? I mean, this person just went AFIRE. Doesn't exclusive mean government on. All right, so something needs to be this is the innovation that America has, and a lot of people afraid of. Okay, other world leaders around the world is afraid of, because the freedom to do these things, okay, to be creative, to do all of that. But the thing is that when the fundamental process, the creation of something, the idea for creating a specific invention, it could be anything, not just social media. The fundamental reason for doing it, as it get bigger, or someone else caught up with that idea and decided to, let's just use the word, weaponize it. Okay, weaponize it, unlike the creator of that particular could be object or a social media kind of app or anything like that. So when you look at the internet, okay, it wasn't meant to be that huge, but as people get the hang of it, okay, different ideas start popping up. It's starting to branch out, so you can't really control everything that people create. There's always room for improvement, pretty much. So what is it, NASA for what was the thing? There were a couple things that were created by government. I think the GPS, for instance, were created by the government, and then it become, you see it everywhere now, in every almost devices. Okay, they create the thing for one specific thing, and as it become more innovative, and they make it public where everybody else can use it, and now it's GPS could be in any devices. Alright, so things like that is endless. For her to say this, you know what, I spent too much time on this. Alright, let me get out of here. So 30 minutes already on this. Let me go. It seems like I may not even go on some prayers or anything like that. And there's a possibility you may not see a couple videos in a couple days, because unless if I feel something, okay, it's not guaranteed. But the news, the things that's popping up, it's too depressing. All right, this is notification. All right, let's look at, okay, this guy, Josh Hawley, just got destroyed. Okay, this is another elected officials. So they're going to have to line these people up, and, their careers are over. This is the guy who was giving the fist bump to the mega things. Okay, he did it to himself, like the golem launching for the ring of power. Precious, yet crying about a book deal. How pathetic is this? I mean, when you look at young people who just got elected, you think there's a bright future for the country. But the fundamental teaching they've been having at home, okay? Oh Lord, let me read the article here. His article is usually short, so let's see. Palmer report. Josh Hawley just got destroyed. Okay, of all the House and Senate Republicans who pursued a seditious effort to overthrow the 2020 election, which incited a deadly domestic a terrorist attack on the U.S. Capitol building, Senator Josh Hawley is arguably the most egregious. Oh, my nose is stuffed. He even went so far as to go out and pump up the crowd. What? Marauders shortly before they invade the building. Okay, as a result, Simon & Schuster has canceled Josh Hawley's book deal. Hawley is far from happy about the move, calling it or William, okay, and making vague threat against the publisher. Sheesh. In response, Congresswoman Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez tweeted this, quote, "You fist pump insurrectionists and baselessly attack our elections. Your actions fuel a riot and you fundraise in the chaos. 5 people are dead. Even your GOP colleagues have distanced from your acts. Yet here you are crying over a book deal. You should be expelled." Okay, so that was that. And I saw a picture of him with his young son. I mean, these are the people in the future, his great-grandkids, if we do get out of this, Okay, if the country goes back in the right direction, some of his offspring generation might be ashamed of him. Okay, at a time of crisis when you should be brave and face the, defend your country, but no, you sided with. It doesn't look good. All right, let me leave this. Okay, people are crying about the book deal. Okay, let's see. I'm telling you, Twitter will never. There's a slap. Get him out of here. Was he expelled yet? Okay. Man, it feels good to be back on after 7 hours on the phone with tech support. Okay, so what's going on? Okay, Josh is in the burn book. Burn book. Bye bye, Donnie. I mean, right now, Trump. I mean, sometimes when I see things happening, it's like I see the image going through my face. Okay, I'm not saying I have special powers or anything. Since this summer, when I saw things were happening, and I'm saying at one point Trump is gonna be cornered, he's gonna be pushing people in front of him. You know, when you look in the movie, when the bad guy, they catching up with the bad guy, and the bad guy is throwing stuff in front of him as last defense mechanism. You know, even shelves, throwing shelves on the floor, and anything that come across him, he's just throwing so they don't get to him. This is Trump at this moment, but unfortunately, not only it's not a movie, it's reality, and he's dealing with millions and millions of lives, not only in the U.S. and around the world. Okay, this is ridiculous. Okay, voting equipment companies, Dominion has filed a defamation lawsuit against former Trump lawyer and conspiracy theorist Sidney Powell, asking for more than $1.3 billion in damages. Phew. Okay. Let's see. I'm just going to go to the comment. Okay, that the headline is enough for me. Oh, stuff's getting real. Okay. Anyone with a different opinion from the NPR's management is a, quote, conspiracy theorist, shrug. Okay? I'm so glad to see Dominion suing Sidney Powell. They should go after her with sickles. Okay? I know this story isn't particularly funny, but one employee, Eric Coomer, spoke to Colorado Public Radio from undisclosed location. Right? From the undisclosed. That was it. Okay, with a crack legal team starring Rudy Giuliani, expect a settlement real fast. Okay, she gonna need a real lawyer. Gonna be Rudy and he and her till the end, I guess. Jumping. What's that? Elma and Louise? Is that movie? Thelma and Louise? That's I see two women. Could be something else. Should be filed against Trump himself as well. He was raping Dominion and that GA phone call. Okay, Sidney may finally get the day in court. Let the claims be heard. Then Warren and Klobuchar also make such claim. Now her biggest problem after this lawsuit, finding competent lawyers. Apparently, she doesn't know one. Trump will likely get added as a defendant on January 21st. So that's that. What else? Okay, so these are things that they were talking about yesterday regarding Trump Twitter account being permanently closed by Twitter. One and the same, if you ask me. Let's look at the picture. Wow, they did a good job with the Photoshop. This is okay. They probably cut from here, cut some part here. Wow, that's a very good job on the Photoshop. That's another one too. Wow. Very good Photoshop. Okay, one of the same if you ask me. Alright, there's only two comment here. Elizabeth Windsor has never looked so pretty as in these photos. Why does this look so natural? I'm telling you, that person must be really good in Photoshop. That's absolutely true. Okay, it should be ended that day. That's, I think, during when he was running for the presidency, and he was making fun of people. I mean, that's when it should have stopped. I mean, whew, this is why I'm saying the education system need to be really improved. And yet 74 million Americans still voted for him. Yep, I just don't get it. Trump wouldn't even get 10% in any European countries, well, maybe in Belarus if he were already in power. If he was already in power. I get it. You know, if you're already in power, you just do what you have to do to stay in power. Phew. Okay, he marks several people the exact same way. Look into what you need. These are different ways he marks people. He's like, just pick one. Which one you talking about? Just pick one. He has okay. I watched that. Oh, by the way, with all the thing that happened on January 6th, and it comes to light, I think some computers, laptop were stolen. Okay, this is very dangerous. Whose laptop was stolen? Let me look this up. I think it's the speaker. What's her name? Pelosi. Okay, which Congress? Let's put Congress person. I don't know if it's one word. Congressperson laptop was stolen on, what is it, January 6th, 2021. Okay, I should have put something, but I couldn't think of it. Okay, 6 Democrat senators say a laptop was stolen from his office. No, okay, this is it, but that's CNN. Let me go to this. Okay, TV network shift from coverage. Okay, calls grow. Pro-Trump mob stage most destructive breach of Capitol since War of 1812. Business Insider. The other videos are resurfacing where they're showing not only electing official, part of the crowd, and also part of those security people who were on duty, telling them to come in and stuff like that. We need to see who was in security people who was on duty during that time and where their post was. Okay, because I come across a lot of videos where they're showing some of security people. All right, so okay, aide to Nancy Pelosi's laptop was stolen during the Capitol. Okay, it's the aide. Okay, so how do you call this? How secure is an aide laptop is or was? Okay, was it on when they took it? Because sometimes when push come to shove, there's chaos, you run, and let's say you were already at your computer, you didn't get a chance to turn it off. I mean, with so many things going on, device or technology, no matter how secure any computer is, if they want to get to it, they will get to it. All right. Okay, so this is it. You guys could look it up. So aide to Nancy Pelosi's laptop was stolen. All right. Democratic senator says a laptop was stolen from his office. Okay. So one laptop was stolen. And I come to find out also is that it seems like Trump sent people to get not only some certain elected official and also the vice president, okay, for going against him and all of that. And then luckily people were in their right mind. As soon as chaotic happened, they took the ballots, okay, those sealed ballots from different states. They took it and go hide it. I mean, this is some crazy thing. These people are putting so many nonsense for my grandkids to be studying. These are things that's gonna be on history book. All right, let's see what else is there. All right, let's see. Judge Black dramatic overhaul of U.S. asylum system for taking effect. I mean, this is what voting, okay, cause. Okay, it's because people vote. People vote, you get result. Because if we did not vote, this nonsense will still be taking place. Okay, the wall that he was willing to put is to keep us in. Okay, look at the disease he let come in. Okay, other countries will prevent us from leaving. I don't know where I said it in one of my videos. I've said this before. The wall is pretty much to keep us in. I think at the time the COVID wasn't even there. Maybe I wasn't even putting videos out. Alright, so that's that. I'm not even gonna go in the comment section. Let's see here. Glad there is nothing important happening tomorrow. I plan on celebrating today's event all weekend long. Finally, some good news. Okay, that has to do with Twitter shutting Trump down. Okay, so these were the kind of things I was seeing last night, and I was more in a mood to sort of share and, you know, different perspective of things. But this morning is a different mood. I'm just gonna read the headlines. Okay, social media platform and tech companies showing up 4 years too late. We see y'all. Okay, they're talking about like Facebook, Twitter, what other I don't know if IG, which also although IG is owned by Facebook. So yeah, and I think other platform is taking a stance now. This, you know, is because of voting. Okay, the Georgia result, all of that. That's what caused this. 4 years, like this person here, 4 years too late. They've been going on Capitol Hill, making, testifying and all of this, and then all of a sudden, that's when you decide to shut him up. Okay, LOL. Apple and Google took down the Parker app off their platform. Okay, I didn't even know this thing exists. I never follow whoever. I never knew this app exists, but I've been hearing it all last night. Okay, Parler isn't working. Okay, right now by totalitarian leftist Silicon Valley cartel and the Democrats in Congress. Okay. It's the pointing fingers sometimes that's really disgusting. I mean, I don't care which party anybody is in. If you're doing wrong, you need to be reprimanded. Okay, you need to be punished for your action. Okay, just end. Trump should just building on platform after Twitter ban. Okay, I read some of the comments here, and okay, some of the thing is how people gonna know about him if no other platform is letting you know about letting you tweet about it. Okay, is it before or after he built the media company to replace Fox News? It will be the classiest platform, and with $4.99 per month you will have gold-plated icons all over the app. Okay, trying to work around his ban by tweeting with President of the United States account truly was hilarious. Apple and Google Play won't host it. Okay, yeah, that's the thing. You create the app, who's gonna host it? Okay, and then if they decided to put them on their if they decided to host it for him, okay, people who already in there might jump ship and said, because you're putting him there, I'm out. Okay, then he'll build his own phone company, just like he made Trunk Steaks and the venerable Trump University. If it's anything like the wall he built, it's already pretend exists. Okay, how will he advertise it? To the post office. That's where I started reading, and people were just making fun of it. To the post office, which he defunded. Exactly. All right, this is a great idea. He can spend all the money he can from supporters, then the platform can be banned and all its executive and funders